Hey guys, it's Tanya, VSG Tanya 2011, and I'm coming with a long overdue tummy tuck revision update. I actually haven't done any videos since the revision, and this is probably going to be a long one. So if you don't care about it, just click it off now because this is all going to be about revision. Um, First, let me say I definitely underestimated what this surgery was going to actually be. I think the word revision messed with my head, and I thought, oh, it's gonna be a cakewalk. Like my first surgery, my first tummy tuck was a fairly easy recovery. I didn't have very much pain. Um, and I thought, well, if it's less than that, it's gonna be pretty much nothing. Probably in a week, I'm gonna be completely back to normal. Everything will be perfectly fine. And sorry, my head's bothering me. So I did not really mentally prepare for what it was going to be. On top of all that, I've been having arthritis issues. So I have not, I had to get off my, I couldn't take a leave or anything like that. And I had to get off my regular arthritis prescription medicine because it has a blood thinning component. So I had to get off of it a week before my surgery. And I'm still off of it now. I was 3 weeks yesterday. My surgeon told me I needed to be off at least 2 to 3 weeks because I could have internal bleeding under the incision because of the blood thinning. So the being in a full flare-up with absolutely no medication for the arthritis has definitely contributed to the challenges in this recovery. So that's something that other people probably would not have to deal with that I've had to deal with. So kind of take that with a grain of salt when it comes to me talking about how tough the recovery is. Okay, so I had it on November 19th. It was a Friday, the Friday before Christmas, and it was a same-day surgery. It was actually really quick. We got to the hospital at 7. Well, not the hospital. It's a surgical center. Which, let me just say something about that. I like the idea of it being at a surgical center rather than a hospital because of the infection factor. I'm very afraid of infection, and I watched many videos for tummy tucks leading up to this, good and bad, because I wanted to know what all the pitfalls could possibly be. And just plain and simple, hospitals have lots of infection. As much as they can keep it clean, you have an exposure to infection that you wouldn't have other places. So the idea that you have it at a surgical center, you have it at a place where people aren't sick, they're having a specific surgery there, kind of cuts down that risk factor a little bit. I mean, there's still risk for it, but it's less than at a regular hospital. So I had it at the surgical center. We got there at 7. My my surgery time was supposed to be 8 o'clock. We came in, we did markings, and I think I may have posted my markings in the reconstructive surgery group that I'm in. I'll try and merge the video and I'll show the markings beforehand if it's not too graphic, and to show you what they actually were removing. And I have some before and afters from before my first tummy tuck, after my first tummy tuck, and then after the revision, so you can kind of see the comparison of the three. So she marked me up, and I was very pleased with the markings because I could tell she was being very aggressive with how much skin she was going to remove and really pulling it tight. And actually the incision was going to be longer than what I originally thought. I thought we would probably just go from the belly button up to the breastbone, but she actually went all the way back down to my original horizontal incision at the pubic area and came all the way up to the breastbone. So that way there would be no puckering or dog ears or anything like that. So I was really pleased with that. And she said she was kind of sad to have to mess up my belly button because my belly button had healed so nicely. But I feel like if it healed nicely the first time, it'll heal nicely again. So, and I don't really care. I mean, some people really worry about what their belly button looks like. I want a belly button. I wouldn't want to give it up because it sometimes can happen when you have a tummy tuck. But I have no expectations on how a belly button is supposed to look. So as long as it's there, I don't care. So anyway, she marked me up. Her dad is in her practice with her. They are partners. He came in and checked it, and he said something that really made me feel good. You know, I've been struggling mentally with like the whole regain situation. And she had said that one side of my stomach was bigger than the other side. And I have, like, from the original tummy tuck, I have one little part that was puffier than the other side. So she said she's going to do liposuction in both of those spots just to kind of contour it a bit And she was saying that to her dad when they were talking about what she was going to do. And he said, Summer, her name, my doctor's name, my surgeon's name is Summer Black. He said, Summer, there's really not a whole lot of suctioning to do that because this is really just loose skin. It's not a lot of fat in there. And, you know, that really did my heart good to know that that's not where the regain is. I could tell you the regain's on my ass and my hips. And kind of, I can see my face is a little bit puffier than it used to be. But, so anyway, that did my heart good to know that it's not like I'm fat again. You know, it's just, I still have loose skin. So that's just like a little sidebar. So they did the surgery. It probably took less than an hour. I never even asked John exactly. But I woke up in recovery, super groggy, of course. You know, you're waking up. And I said, after I was kind of coming to my senses, I said, you know, I really need to pee. And they didn't have a catheter or anything, so they said, oh, you can get up. If you can walk, you know, go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom. When I came back, they're like, let's get your clothes on you, because it was same-day surgery. They put my clothes on me, put me in a wheelchair, and went to the car. I think I was in the car, I want to say like 10:30-ish. I mean, I slept the whole way home. I was still like under the anesthesia. They got me in and out fast. They had called a couple days before and asked me if I wanted a pain pump like I had the last time. And what the pain pump is just cords that go under the skin, and it has like a ball filled with the pain medication, and it slowly pumps that into the area, and it lasts for 3 days. It depletes on its own. You don't press anything. It just does it on its own. And I was like, no, I don't need that. This is just a revision. It's going to be fine. Nah. Should have got the pain pump. Should have got the pain pump, because what I feel about this surgery now, knowing what I know now, is like this was like a whole new tummy tuck. This was like as if I had never had surgery before. It's a whole same recovery, everything. So don't be fooled by the word revision. Unless you're having like a little tiny like puckering thing fixed. This was real shit, okay? So, to make a long story short for all that, those days were tough days. Those where I was super sore, feeling like I got rolled over by a truck across my stomach. My arthritis was hurting really bad, so that didn't help the situation. I definitely took my pain medicine on time, every time. I never missed my pain meds. I slept on the recliner for about a week, I want to say. Maybe not quite a week. My first surgery, I was standing up straight right away. This surgery, I was not standing up straight right away. In fact, even now, if I sit at my desk working, I went back to work this week, the whole week. If I sat at my desk for a long time, when I go to stand up, I have to go slowly and really just, okay, straighten up, because it's still super tight, which is good, because that's what I wanted. That means it's the way it should be. What else? My nutrition, I've always made it a point to get 100 grams of protein, because that's really important in healing. When your body's healing itself and mending, you need to get all your protein in. You need to get all your water in. So I think I did really well with that. But over the Christmas holidays, I'll admit it, I ate way too much sugar. Way too much sugar, which I'm sure does not help my arthritis either. Lots of chocolate, lots of cheesecake. And I kind of gave myself permission to do that. I knew I shouldn't have been. I could feel I was slipping into old fat girl ways, but it is what it is. My weight this morning, I hadn't weighed myself probably since sometime in November, because I've just been like not wanting to deal with it. And this morning, I've been really back on track this week and doing great. I've been walking and everything. And so I said, let me weigh myself. And I was hoping for 178. I was 180. So I was pretty close. My happy weight is 164. I would love 170 at this point. So really 10 pounds away. And I kind of go back to TJ's Snap video. Like, I don't want to be one of those bitches that's like, I gotta lose 10 pounds. I gotta lose 10 pounds. 10 pounds is not that big a deal. And if I don't lose the 10 pounds, I freaking like the way I look anyway. It sucks that I really would have to buy some new pants because my ass is too big to get into my size 8s and 10s. But that's the only thing I don't like. I still think I look good. Other than the arthritis, I feel, fit. Getting back into my walk-ins made me feel more physically confident, or confident in my fitness. So, as we all say, it's a mental game. So, I'm going to show you what I got going on here. I wish I had more video from what it looked like in the beginning. But I'm going to show you what we got happen. Let me move you down. Okay. And I'm going to make sure you're wedged up and you're not going to fall over. Okay. I have no compression on right now, right? Right now I'm wearing my compression, what you call it? The bands, oh my God, I'll think of it in a minute. But the thing that wraps, I'll show you, hold on. Binders, the binders. So like these binders, I wear either 2 of these small ones or 1 of the really wide ones. Basically 24/7. I'm gonna take it off to bathe. I'll take it off first thing in the morning just to like give myself a breather, and then that's it. Okay, so I hope I can go. Let me pull my pants down. All right, let me tilt you down just slightly so you can see the bottom of the incision. All right, so my original tummy tuck went here to here, so you can see like the incision went all the way across here, and it went from here till about right here. This time she went from right here all the way up to right there. Okay, so up to here. So I mean that's a long freaking incision, and they basically when she had the markings on me, it was like all the way out like that. So they cut out a whole bunch of skin all there. She did lipo here because this was my long side, my puffier side, and then she did lipo here because that, when I was all healed from the first surgery, this side kind of sunk in a little bit and this side kind of puffed out a little bit. So she just wanted to contour that area just slightly. You can see how my hips are squishy, but that's regain, okay? So anyway, before the surgery, when I would lean forward like this, I'd have like 2 boobs hanging down right here. And you can see now, no boobs. I mean, it's a little bit of hangage, but you know, one, from the weight loss and weight gain, I don't have that much elasticity in my skin. And from age, I'm 40, I'm not going to have a lot of elasticity in my skin. I'm still uber swollen in this area. I mean, I can feel a lump of swelling under there. This had been like swollen all the way out like that. I can feel that swelling's going down, but this is all tender and tight. Where I've had the most swelling was right in this area here, like where I could cup my hand right here. I can feel swelling under there. It's been like an egg. And in the morning it's better. That's why I'm doing this video in the morning. But you can see, can you see? Oh, shoot, do I have something dark here? Hold behind it so you can see how it bulges out. Before surgery, that was completely flat. And you see that bulges out. I can feel the swelling in there. So I know that that is going to go down very soon. Well, not very soon, but eventually. What happened was about a week, I had my drains pulled. The surgery's on Friday. I had my drains pulled on a Wednesday, which was Christmas Eve. And the drain was right there. I had 1 drain. On the Saturday after that, this was huge. The drain right there had like a little scab on it. So I messed with it for a second, and next thing you know, boom. The thing drained like as if I tapped a maple tree for syrup. It just oozed out for an hour and a half. An hour and a half I lost fluid out of that drain hole. And then that little ball that was at the bottom was really flat for a couple of days after that. It happened. That happened again a few days later. I kind of messed with it to make it happen because I thought better out than in. And I did talk to my surgeon about what happened, and she was like, "Yeah, girl, you did all the right things. You're an old pro. You know what you're doing with all this. I'm trying to find a good place to put you." And she said that you know, that either the fluid, what's going to happen, either that fluid will go away. Eventually on its own, like after it'll take like 2 or 3 weeks for your body to just absorb it, or it finds the path of least resistance to come out of your body. And for me, that drain hole was still fairly open, and that's why it did that. I wasn't alarmed about it. It was it was a Sunday night when it happened because John had to go to work the next day, and I said, just go to bed. I can tell it's like old brownish type blood. It's not fresh blood. I don't feel weak. I don't feel pain. It's just draining. And I did not want to go to the hospital because I did not want to be exposed to hospital germs with an open wound that was draining. That's my personal preference. That's me. If you feel like you had this happen and you get nervous and you want to go to the hospital, go to the hospital. When I say hold you back, but for me personally, I did not want to be at the hospital and risk getting any kind of infecting germs into my open wound. So that happened, and now it's swelled back up again all this time. But she just said it's going to take weeks for your body to absorb all those the blood and fluid and stuff from the healing, and it is what it is. So I'll probably wear my tight binder for at least another 3 weeks. Actually, yesterday I wore just like a regular compression underwear, shapewear type thing to work, and I was super sore by the end of the day. I feel like the binders hold me in really tight. And like it was the first day I wore jeans, which I was happy I got my jeans on. They fit, snug, of course. But that gives me hope that once all the swelling's down, they'll fit really good. So that's that. What else? Oh my goodness. What am I at? Oh gosh, I'm at 16 minutes. I don't know if I'm going to be able to upload this. If you have any questions, let me know. I think that's pretty much everything. Yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. I have felt so much love from the community with this whole recovery. I appreciate it so much. So many people checked on me. Thank you to Melissa who sent me flowers from my recovery. I really appreciate that. But so many well wishes and PMs, people checking on me, text messages. It really made me feel loved and appreciated. And that really, on some of my low days, I did have a low day where I was pretty weepy. That really did help boost me. So I really, really, really appreciate it. So I love this community. I love all of y'all, and I hope anything I said here helps. Let me know if you have any questions that I didn't answer, and I'll do another video on that, okay? Bye, guys. Have a great day.